Alright, I'm about, like 14 hours late as per usual, so I'm gonna be doing my normal, Gen Z term yap about the Nintendo Direct video, and, you know, whatever I thought about it. I'm sure some thoughts and sentences, probably, like, as you already heard, sometimes, like, they might come across as, like, more stuttering, and it might be a bit confusing to follow along with, like, I'm not reading off of a script or anything like that. It's more like I just know, like, the general idea that I'm talking about, and, like, the topics I want to cover, but, like, that's about it. So I'd like to apologize in advance, but, let's begin. Starting things off, I will say, like, this is one of the, like, best, worst Nintendo Directs ever. If you like JRPGs, right, you are popping off, you had the time of your life. If you don't, you're probably crying yourself to sleep tonight, or you're gonna be in a corner of your house or something like that, and you're just gonna be depressed and sad. But, yeah, I'll get into, like, more of my overall thoughts and, like, my, I guess, overall review of the Direct, like, later on in the video, towards the end. So, yeah, let's go on to, some of the games. So there's this very niche game here that's called Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. I don't know if you guys have heard about that one, but, yeah, there you go. Unironically, this is probably the biggest game on this entire Direct, like, no questions asked. Without a doubt, it is the most mainstream one here, and funny enough, it is the game that I care the least about here as well. I don't know, Zelda just doesn't really do much for me, and it really never has either. Like, I tried Breath of the Wild before, I didn't really like it, and never really tried again since. So yeah, I really don't have much to say about this title. However, I am a bit confused on, like, you know, how they announced a game releasing later this year, and they just didn't show any gameplay or, like, anything of it. I mean, like, it might appear in the September Direct, assuming there even is one. But, like, why don't you show it now? It's like, it's releasing later this year. Wouldn't you want to, like, show gameplay of it? But yeah, I'm sure they're gonna show it in the September Direct, and, like, I'm sure they're gonna, you know, show gameplay there, and there's gonna be a release date. But, like, I just don't get why you don't show it now. I just don't. Next game, there's Kingdom Hearts 4, and some other stuff of that series, probably, I think. I don't really know. Once again, though, I don't know, the game doesn't really do much for me, all things considered, but I feel like I'd at least mention it, because I think it's pretty popular. I, again, never really gave it a try. It doesn't really seem like a game that I'd be too interested in, though, but, like, I'm happy for those of you that, you know, are, of course, interested in it. That's pretty cool. I know it's a third-party game, and normally I just, like, skip over third-party games because, you know, most of them are already games that are on other consoles to begin with, and they're just old being ported over to the Switch, so, like, I just cover them. Like, if I wanted to play a game that's already there, like, for example, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, I already played it on my PC, like, I don't really care that it's coming to the Switch. But why I'm mentioning Kingdom Hearts 4 is because this is apparently the first ever gameplay shown of that game, so normally, again, like, Nintendo will not usually have the first ever footage of a third-party game and all that, but this time they did, so I just figured I'd mention it, basically. Next game is Splatoon Raiders. I don't really think the Direct really showed a lot more about that game that I didn't already know from the other times I've seen it, but, like, there it is. I mean, like, they announced a dedicated Direct for it, I'm pretty sure, at the end of the month, so, it's pretty cool. Maybe I'll go check that out, and maybe they'll actually, you know, show more things about it then. I'm not, like, the biggest Splatoon fan, but, like, if it looks good and it looks fun, I'll probably buy it. Why not? If it's not, I could easily just skip it as well. Ooh, this next game is a really good one. Mario Kart World DLC. See, that was my sarcasm right there. Just kidding. It's actually just Donkey Kong Bonanza DLC for its DLC, right? Isn't that what we all wanted? Like, genuinely, I do not get what they are doing with Mario Kart World. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Just, like, release more costumes for the characters. They're already made in Mario Kart World at the very least. Just do that. Give balance changes. Make worldwides better still and just, like, lower the intermission rate, or just make it so a 3-lap track appears on every voting screen. Like, what the fuck? Just fucking do something. Holy shit. Like, if they think it's, like, the perfect game ever and it just doesn't need any changes, like, they genuinely couldn't be further away from the truth. But yeah, like, it makes absolutely no sense why Donkey Kong Bonanza gets DLC for its fucking DLC, but Mario Kart World doesn't get anything still. It's been a fucking year of that game. They're both, like, not day one, though, but, like, they were both shown off in, like, the day one Switch 2 Direct, so they're essentially, like, you know, close enough to each other, and it's like... Mario Kart World DLC? Like, what's the Mario Kart World? Like, did they forget about it? Like, what the fuck? So enough of that. There's, Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave, so, yeah, there's that. Oops, you know, okay. Just like Splatoon, Fire Emblem has kind of just been a series for me that, like, I like, of course, but I can also just, like, skip it as well if I wanted to. So, with this one, I'm probably just gonna wait and see what people think of it. If people are like, it's really good, alright, I'll go get it. If not, maybe I'll pass. Next game is Rhythm Heaven. I think this is a Switch 1 game, I'm pretty sure, right? I'm not sure. I probably should have looked this up. Oh, voice crack. After contacting the Google machines, I have learned that it is, in fact, a Switch 1 game, so there's that. Like, it seems fun, I'm not gonna say it doesn't, but, like, I don't really know, $40 is a bit excessive if you ask me, like, I probably would like the game, I'm not gonna say I wouldn't, but $40 for a game that I'm probably gonna play for, like, less than 10 hours, I don't really know. Next up is Switch Sports Resort, and honestly, I don't really mind this game. I passed up on the original Switch Sports game, like, you know, on the regular Switch. So I was actually thinking of buying that game earlier on in this year, or like towards late 2025, and I am so glad I didn't. Switch Sports Resort seems like it's just such a scam for the people that are, like, own the first one. Like, in the trailer, they're proudly showing off some sports that, like, are just straight up copy and pasted from the previous version with, like, next to no innovation to it. Like, I don't get that. I mean, there is some innovation, though, right? Like, fucking arm wrestling, woo, arm wrestling, yeah. Again, I'm probably gonna be getting it, but if you have the original one on the Switch, it's probably not worth it. You might want to just, like, wait and see what people think of it, and, like, maybe they'll, like, add more replayability like they did with, like, Wii Sports Resort. Like, that game had, like, had some stamps to do. You had, like, a skill ranking thing in Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort. Like, you can do some of that stuff for this game. Like, that would be pretty cool, I would say. But, yeah, again, I don't know, it just doesn't seem that worth it if you have the old one, I guess. At least right now. Again, they might reveal some more stuff with it, you never know. Again, I'm getting it because I wanted the original one and I passed up on it, so I'm pretty happy with it, at least. Alright, lastly, we saved the best for last. I'm sure you guys already know what this one is. Xenoblade. Holy fucking shit. Monolith Soft? They're just amazing. I have nothing to say. Greatest fucking video game company out there. Not only did they show Xenoblade Genesis, but they also have the entire fucking trilogy of Switch 2 editions, all just revealed in the same Direct. They are the best. They just carried the entire Direct. All of the Switch 2 editions feature 4K and 60 FPS, like, they are going to be looking so crisp. Like, Lambo's lines in terms of crispness have nothing on them. The Xenoblade games have the Hanjo certified approval now. Like, actually, we might be pushing it a bit with that one. They're not 4K 260 FPS. My bad. Actually, there's also no Subway Surfers. I take back the Hanjo approval. Nothing can get the approval of Hanjo, apparently. But, like, okay, jokes aside, though, they're going to be so fucking nice, it is unbelievable. Like, the games already looked insanely good, if you ask me, from, like, before, especially considering their, like, limited hardware. You know, hardware limitation, Bowser reference. But yeah, like, the fact that they made them look that good with the Switch 1 to begin with is absolutely insane. Like, genuinely, those are the nicest looking games I've ever seen. I think it's just probably the art style and, like, how they even managed it in the first place. Like, Xenoblade 2 to me, fuck me, it's just so good still. I can't lie though, I'm probably not gonna be buying the Switch 2 editions for Xenoblade 1 or 3, as like, I don't really know, I don't really have much desire to play those games again, to be honest. If I ever do though, I'll probably pick them up, but for right now at least, like, I'm good. I'm more or less, though, just, like, really happy that, like, they're just out to begin with and they're announced, because, like, I'm very happy for the people that, like, want to try them, and maybe they're gonna replay the entire trilogy again. It might bring more people into, you know, give Xenoblade a try. Like, there's just nothing bad with that. Like, it's perfect. The one I'm beyond excited for, though, and happy about is, of course, the Xenoblade 2 one. Like, that is a game that is, of course, obviously my all-time favorite game that's never gonna be topped and all that. I already mentioned this millions of times, especially in the Myther video of why I like her so much. Make sure to go watch that one if you haven't already. Thank you. But yeah, like, I still regularly play Xenoblade 2 on a pretty, like, weekly basis. Like, I have no words. I'm just beyond excited and happy. I just hope that the resolution and frame rate improvements are also going to be applied to Torna, because I don't think the trailer or the direct really mentioned anything about that, though. And also, I guess Torna needs some quality of life changes as well with the base game, too. Like, I don't think, like, I'm sure, like, when it's closer to release, we'll get more information, but I'm hoping for, like, you know, some little quality of life things as well. Like, for example, the field skills in the base game, higher chances of pulling more rare blades as well, if you don't already have them all unlocked. And probably just, you know, making Torna a lot better, and removing the forced side quest simulator. That would be great, because I hate doing that every time I want to replay the game. The only thing I don't really like, though, and I am a bit sad about, though, is, like, there's no additional epilogue for Xenoblade 2. Like, I don't know, I really did kind of, more like really wanted it. But yeah, like, I did really want, like, a small little epilogue, like, about future connected sized, like, a little short story for Xenoblade 2. You know, just, like, end off the Klaus saga. That would've been nice. As, you know, like, there's still a bunch of unanswered questions and, you know, things I would like to know more that haven't been answered yet. And, I mean, obviously just also end it off with, like, you know, a nice, happy, wholesome ending for all the characters we all know and love from across, like, the entire trilogy. Like, that would've just been awesome. But yeah, like, that's the only thing I'm a little sad about, but, like, I'll still have some hope, though, because maybe Genesis will cover it and, you know, give the answers that I'm looking for. And if it's not Genesis, maybe it's some other game down the line, or, like, a little spin-off or something like that. I don't know. Either way, I'll still keep my hopes for all the stuff I'd like to know, and, like, you know, all the unanswered questions, because, you know, there's a good amount, I would say. But yeah, after, like, I would know all that stuff, I'm completely on board to just moving on past the Klaus saga. Like, I would be in full approval. Sure, they can, you know, still do those, like, little references to previous games that, you know, they always do. Like, that's, Xenoblade is kind of, like, known for that after all. But, again, to me, to be honest, like, I don't really care for all that stuff anyways, as, like, for example, I saw Numa's sword in the Genesis trailer, and, like, there's probably some connection to the Conduit, if I had to take a guess, right? But, like, yeah, like, something like that, it doesn't really interest me that much. It doesn't really do much for me. For me, I like to just, like, look at, like, the quick, easy-to-understand picture of and the theming of the game, not just, like, some connections to everything, if that makes any sense. Like, I'm more interested in, like, the characters themselves, basically. But yeah, like, even though I am, of course, very excited for the game, and I still am looking forward to it, though, at the same time, I'm not, like, the most excited for it, though. I think, like, the trailer that they showed us so far, it just didn't really do much for me, I don't think. Like, for example, like, the art style and the characters, like, they're just kind of like, they're alright, if you ask me. I think it's just, like, they're looking, the style and art style as a whole, it's like, it's trying too hard to be, like, more mainstream, basically. I, of course, like the overall art style the most of Xenoblade 2, but I will say, like, even 1 and 3, I never really had a problem with the style and art style. Like, I still think, like, they all looked great no matter how you look at it. With this game, though, I'm just like, I also don't really like the setting either about this game, and, like, you know, how it's more medieval. Like, it's kind of like Fire Emblem-y, if it kind of looks like. I'm pretty sure that they said it's just, like, early game as well, but, like, I'm hoping it is, and I'm hoping later on, like, the game, like, theme and style kind of changes, but, like, for right now, it's like, I remember I was super excited for, like, the build-up of Xenoblade 3 and, like, you know, the first trailer there into, like, the game releasing into actually playing it. Like, I was so excited. So, I'm hoping that the next trailer kind of does that for me, because I will say this one just didn't really, like, hit home with me as well as Xenoblade 3 did. Like, I'm hoping the September Direct will change my mind on the game, and, you know, I'll see a lot of good stuff that I like, and if it's not September, maybe February. Again, I'll keep my hopes up. And if it doesn't, well, I'm sure there'll be more games in the future anyways, so just be patient, so there's that. I'm sure all the stuff I want to know and all the stuff that, like, that makes me like Xenoblade, I'm sure it'll happen at some point, so if anything, I just have to be patient. That's really all I can do. Just, you know, enjoy the ride, basically. But anyways, yeah, so Xenoblade covered now. That's pretty much the summary of the Direct. Xenoblade. Yeah, entirely carried by Xenoblade. That's pretty much it. It also just makes me wonder, like, why didn't they show off this Direct in February, like, and also still keep a June Direct? Like, why did they wait, like, 9 months for this? They could have shown off, like, some games in February and kept some in June. Then they could have, like, shown off more games as well. And on top of that, it would also, like, break up the JRPG cluster that's going on here as well. Like, think about it. This entire Direct was nothing but, like, JRPGs. Why? Why didn't they just show off some of this stuff in February? And obviously, the stuff that's not ready in February, you can show it off now. Like, you're not gonna tell me all this stuff that was, all the JRPGs shown in this Direct just happened to be ready in, like, March, April, or May, and it's like, oh, we're ready to show it now. Or maybe it doesn't have to be February. January, February, March, April, I don't know, just, like, some Direct earlier on instead of waiting 9 months from the last September. Like, I just don't get it. But again, though, I like the Direct a lot. I'm not gonna say it's the greatest, not even for me, to be honest. My personal rating, though, is like a solid 7.5 out of 10. I am a bit, like, sad with, like, some of the Xenoblade-related stuff, but, like, at the same time, I'm, of course, extremely happy still at the same time. It's kind of weird to explain how I'm feeling, but maybe you'll understand as well. Without a doubt, though, Xenoblade and Monolith Soft, like, hard carried this entire Direct for me. Again, the 7.5 out of 10 was, like, my personal rating. I think for, like, a general, like, rating for everyone, I think it's, like, a 5 out of 10. It's pretty bad. If you do not like JRPGs, you are basically fucked. There was close to, like, zero variety of games shown and announced in this Direct. I feel like it was literally just JRPGs that, like, you can talk about. There's, of course, some other things like Legend of Zelda and Splatoon Raiders and stuff, but, like, the majority of this Direct is JRPGs. If you ask me, like, a fantastic Nintendo Direct is one of them that caters towards all different sorts of genres. Like, maybe you get some sports, maybe you get a party game in here, maybe you get a racing game, maybe you get a JRPG, maybe you get a fighting game, just stuff like that. Maybe a platformer. This one is just JRPGs. Which, of course, I am a JRPG fan, so I liked it, but some other people might not. I will say, though, I am very sorry for those of you that don't like JRPGs. Hopefully they do another Direct in September. We can only hope. And hopefully there's more variety there. And if you're like me, I'm also very happy for those of you that enjoyed the Direct as well. I think, yeah, this has been a very long video. I talked for long enough, or should I say, gender term, yapped. Yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Goodbye.